Wingy Boxing, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. Bumped into John Rawling again. You saw me coming from the distance like Jaws, and I thought, you know what? Let's grab him. John, how are you feeling?
I'm well.
You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, I'm so far.
The Mac is back. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's exciting, isn't it? I think whether or not this turns out to be a great fight, I mean, who knows? You'd suspect on paper, you'd probably say it's unlikely, but it's a foot back in the water job for Tyson after the better part of 1,000 days away from boxing, 2 years, 8 months. I'm personally excited about him coming back. I think he's great. I think he's good for the sport. He brings something different, doesn't he? He's technically a very good boxer, strong guy, and he's got himself back into shape. And I think he's got a lot of self-belief as well.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And what do you think about the sort of controversy which has surrounded him? Do you think he's past that now? Because I've noticed in interviews he's been very clear to stay away from that. Is it a new stage mentally as well now, do you think?
I think he's made the decision, you know, I've made mistakes, I've done things wrong, and I want to make a fresh start. And I think if I think you've got all of us, if you're honest with yourself, there's times when we've all made mistakes, aren't there? Yeah. And there's probably things in your background and in my background which I wouldn't want to share with the public. And he's no different. And I think because of that, because so many people actually see that, what I just said in him, that people are prepared to give him the second chance. And I think a lot of people in this British sporting public want to see Tyson come back from where he's been, with his mental problems, with his drug problems, with his drink problems, and getting so badly out of shape. They want to see him come back.
What do you feel about the plan for Tyson, sort of like 3, possibly 4 fights? Do you think that's about right?
Yeah.
You think that's right before the big names? You say that's right, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say. It would be crazy to sort of think that he could come back and instantly get to where he was when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. He needs to fight his way back into shape. He needs those 10-ounce gloves on in a competitive environment, and to prove it to himself as much as to anybody else. But I think he's, I think technically he is such a good boxer. I really do believe that a year from now we're going to be talking about him certainly making an attempt at regaining his belts and quite possibly succeeding.
It's funny, isn't it? Because you kind of forget, not necessarily forget, but when I saw him in that workout, obviously it's only a workout, but looked sharp, looked good, looked fast. So it's almost like the sky's the limit, provided everything's back in place.
Well, he is technically such a good boxer. I remember years ago, when I remember commentating on some of his early fights, and people said to me, "Oh, why are you building this guy up? You're making out he's some sort of world beater, and he's just a big guy who doesn't punch very hard." And I remember having that conversation with Joe Gallagher, who we all know a top trainer, and Brendan Ingle, bless him as well. And they both said, this is a special talent, and he's a terrific boxer. He's not just a big lump who can punch. He is a very, very good boxer, and I think people do forget that.
Billy Joe Saunders, Martin Murray. Obviously, Billy Joe Saunders pulled out because of the hamstring injury. Yeah. Martin Murray made it clear that he didn't think it was genuine. There's been a kind of 50-50 backlash. Some fans say, yeah, okay, it's an injury. Others say it's not. They've got something else big planned. What are your thoughts overall? I'll tell you what did you first think when you first heard it? What was your first initial thought?
Well, my initial thought was to feel sorry for Martin Murray, right? Because he's had two big training camps and got himself into prime physical condition at an age which in boxing terms is relatively advanced. He got himself into shape, was ready for the fight, and now it's not happening. What exactly has happened, I have to take it on face value. I'm told it's an injury, and I know no difference. If Billy Joe tells me he's injured, then I'm afraid that's what I'm going to take as read. Where it leads to in the future, well, we'll see. Because there are obviously big money possibilities out there for Billy Joe at some stage. I just hope that Martin Murray gets himself another fight, and having got himself into good shape, I hope that he gets some competitive action and gets a payday.
Card's still going on, isn't it, so far?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, and let me think. What else? I think that's pretty much it. What are your thoughts on the situation with regards to BoxNation and Frank One Fighters? Is anything official there?
I can't really go.
You can't talk about that. Okay, so I'll grab Francis for that then. Yeah. See what he thinks about that. Okay. And Terry Flanagan, Maurice Hooker. Your thoughts on that?
Well, you only need to take one look at Maurice. Where is he? Over in that far corner, and you see how tall he is. He's, I mean, I stand about what 5'10", something like that, and he's very nearly 6 foot.
Yeah, tall,
which for a guy weighing and fighting at 10 stone is extraordinary. He's undefeated, proud guy, and he's come over here with his promoter Dino Duva. They've not come here to pussyfoot around. They believe that they've got the tools to beat Terry. Now, Terry's got himself into great shape. His preparations, he said, have been better for this than they have been in many fights, and he feels more comfortable at the 10 stone level. He feels those extra pounds are going to serve him well. It's just a question of whether he can get past that big reach advantage that Hooker's got. You know, he's got a reach of over 80 inches, which for a guy of his weight is extraordinary.
Mad,
I don't think Terry will have ever had to deal with that. So that's the big imponderable. I hope he can pull it off, but it's a great fight.
And finally, this is a bit of a random one. My wife is, she likes Tyson Fury, she likes the character of his dad and his family in Paris and that. She said, when you go up there, when you interview these guys, ask the BoxNation guys what they think about a reality TV show called The Furies, based around the Furies. How do you think that? So you like that already, didn't you? See, just that reaction alone.
That's got some currency.
It's got potential, hasn't it?
I tell you what, you be the director and make yourself some money.
John Rawling, thank you for speaking to Wingy Boxing IFL TV. Appreciate your time.
Okay, no problem.